Alright, well, we are back. Blaster Master, starting Area 3. So this is very different looking from the rest of the areas so far. And we've got some new enemy behaviors to deal with. We get these little tank things, which are, if you can actually avoid the shots that they knock out, they're pretty easy to kill. And they drop delicious power. So if you take damage throughout this level, which we will be taking damage. Yeah. This is stage 3. As far as this stage goes, it is not particularly maze-like. It feels more maze-like than it actually is. But what it does have is an abundance of enemies, an abundance of places to go. Well, maybe not an abundance, but it has quite a few. Now, I can drill through here horizontally, but there's no way for me to shoot downward, so I can't get here yet. What I will say is that of the levels, of these first few levels, I really do like the music in this stage quite a bit. The purple caterpillars are almost identical to the gray ones, except that the purple ones can jump higher. So they are a little bit harder to get away from. Ah! These things show up for the first time. Now this is one of those tough parts where, without meaning to, you can lose some health there, because those guys spray attacks vertically that will completely ruin. That will just, you know, chase you down basically. There's not much you can do about it if you're in the line of fire when it goes off. But fortunately, they only fire downward, so you can. So you'll notice that there's not really much in these green blocks, but there's some purple blocks over here. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in there. Yeah. Nothing that we need, but oh well. It could have been stuff for the tank. Who knows? And again, we're fortunate the enemies don't respawn because, well, it makes getting back out of here a lot easier. Alright. The way the screen scrolls, it makes it very easy for enemies to just show up. And there's very little you can do about it. Let's see if I can. Yeah, if you time things right, you can. It's all about timing. They actually do bounce around a bit, so you can get caught by them, and they do just as much damage as the ones that drop the shots, so. And these weird machine gun armadillos. What the heck, man? Now we didn't even shoot any bombs, because the bombs from the earlier one were still around. Whoa! Alright. Here's another spot to look inside. And I lost the good gun. That's alright, I think I can get it back. Even if I can't, this one's still pretty good. You see, that's why you gotta start getting used to pulling the grenades out quickly. Because when you have that high-powered gun, enemies that are right in front of you are kind of tough to hit, or sometimes hard to hit in the right time frame. Oh! Alright, this is not so good, but those guys drop gun power-ups sometimes. So we'll try to There we go. That should get us going. We're almost back up to full power. Knock out that guy so he doesn't catch us on the way back. Ah, jeez. There we go. We got him. Yeah, back up to full power. Now, you gotta watch out here, because there's some of these guys that are trapped here, and they will catch you if you are not careful. But we'll grab some homing missiles and some tri-shot missiles, if I can get around to them. Alright, got this guy. This stuff. Yeah, so my goal is gonna be to... Wow, that's a lot of power-ups. Alright. Almost, huh? No big deal, we can still do it. Alright. So as you can see, I made the mistake of finishing the area before I took out the last enemy, which meant that the last enemy hit me and I didn't have any way to get any more gun power back, so that's just how it goes if you're not careful. In the next stage, I'll be definitely trying to, very carefully, in the next stage I'll try to, take out some of the enemies before I grab the power-ups in some of the overhead areas, because otherwise they will get you. Yeah, not bad. Alright. Power. Almost got this one done. So far, so good. When I was playing this the other day to practice on Area 3, I was getting my butt kicked at this stage. I think I was down to 2 or 3 health points at one point, and I was desperately looking for enemies that drop health. As you'll notice, a lot of the enemies, they either drop hover or they drop health. They don't drop both. Oh boy. Come on. Ugh. So you can kind of hook around corners a little bit if you're careful. And that didn't help. Yeah. And that didn't work either. Okay. I'm trying to trigger it so that I can get him. Risking too much. Okay, gonna try to hook around. There we go. Bring him down. Alright, almost got it. Yeah. The trick is to figure out where you have to stand and just get the shots to hook around. If you can do that, then you can do pretty well in this stage. And sometimes a little bit of going slowly and taking your time doesn't hurt. There's no time limit in this game, fortunately. level 7 gun back. Not too bad. Alright. So we're making our way through this level. We're almost... I think we're about halfway through. A little bit more than that, I think. There's only, I think, 1 or 2 more dungeons that we're gonna wander into. Ah! So you've noticed that I've been going basically up, up, up this whole time. Well, up there, you can see there is the set of blocks that I couldn't shoot through earlier. So there is something looping around at some point. I'm not exactly sure where in the map it loops over, but it does loop at some point. And then those guys get confused if they don't have a ceiling to latch onto. We've almost got this one. Try to take these out on the way down, because otherwise the red caterpillars will just hound you. Ah, what the heck? Come on. There we go. More kamikaze ladybugs. Kind of weird enemy design, honestly. Then there's this guy. Now he just goes in a circle. Yeah, some of the enemy design, or rather, the enemy patterns are a little, they have bugs in them or something, where I don't know why the ladybug chases after you when you get below it, but not above it. And that guy just goes in a circle if he doesn't find a nice ceiling to latch onto. Whoop! Sheesh! Those guys just drop hovers, which we do not have yet, but we will be getting. As you may have guessed, the fact that we're seeing this many hovers suggests that we will be getting the hover soon. Well, it is coming soon. Try to sneak around. Gotta switch to grenades quickly if you want to not take the damage. And then you can use the spread around a corner a little bit. A lot of these guys. Man, just a lot of them. Red ones are irritating because they take extra hits. Got him. Alright, cleared that. Hup. They just keep throwing tricky stuff at you, you know? Oh boy, that's close. One down, watch out for him. Climb up. There we go. And that should bring us all the way up. Yeah. Alright. Back in action. Now we can just blast the heck out of the entire room. We can just pelt things from behind safe walls of blocks. It's wonderful. And that guy again. And is this it? Yes! Boss 3. When I was a kid, I used to think these guys looked like refrigerators. It should be pretty easy with this gun. I did not have this gun when I was practicing the other day, and this boss was a lot harder with because if you don't have this gun, you kind of end up having to use grenades a lot. And you can lose track of where his shots are and where your shots are more easily. But I think I've got him. There we go. Alright. And... so far, so good. That is the hover attachment. Yeah, I guess they do kind of look like the Gutsman weapon a little bit. But when I was a kid, I only played Mega Man 2 first, so Mega Man 1, I didn't have any experience with the what's it called? The Guts Thrower or whatever? I don't think the weapons even had names in Mega Man 1. There's our good old hover. It uses up the fuel really quickly, so you have to really get everything right with it while using it, or you will just run out of fuel, and then you'll have to build a bunch of fuel up for a while, which is a pain in the butt, especially when the enemies that have the hover fuel only show up randomly. Now this is going to be fun on the way back up. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that... yeah. Not so good. Down to half health, which is not great. But if I'm careful and use my homing weapons a little bit, I can keep me safe here. So, when I first started playing, I showed off the little... what was it? Little ledge up at the end, up at the beginning of the first level. Well, that's actually where we're headed. That is how we get to Area 4. And you'll see that there's a very nice little trick as we go up there that makes it very likely that the first time you try it, you will end up flying up there, and you'll have to rebuild your hover power a couple of times. Because they throw the same trick at you like 3 times in a row. Kind of a jerk thing to do, but hey, it's an NES game. It's all about jerk moves. Alright, so we have to head back into Area 2. Now you might remember that there was that area in here where, you know, it looked like it was a very tall space to go into. But I'm pretty sure that even with the hover at full power, we can't make it up that. We're gonna need an attachment later in the game. And I know for a fact that Area 4 is from Area 1, so that spot that we saw in Area 2 must be something else. Well, we'll get there eventually. And then the homing missile bug. There we go. Fortunately, as you get more power-ups, you start to get shortcuts that become available, which is kind of one of the first times that was done in, as far as I know. I mean, in the original Metroid, you got abilities that got you further, but they didn't really open up a lot of shortcuts earlier on. You know, it wasn't until Super Metroid where those power-ups started making it easier for you to go to backtrack. Because, frankly, backtracking was not something that was... You didn't have to do a lot of backtracking in the original Metroid, honestly. If I remember correctly, you basically get the missiles, get the bombs, go to Norfair, get the high jump boots, take out Ridley, take out Kraid, take out Mother Brain, and there isn't really a whole lot of, oh, I have to go back here again and again and again. Super Metroid you had to backtrack a lot, but that game was a lot larger, so... Oh man, I would love to do a playthrough of Super Metroid. I love that game. Probably... It's like the best 3 hours of your life. probably played through Super Metroid 20 or 30 times at this point. At this point, it's just an exercise in memorization. Okay, we're gonna need full hover to get up here. Wow. Freaking jumping wherever they are. Okay, so we're not gonna be able to make it up, I think, without full hover. So I'm gonna kind of back up over here where these guys start appearing again. Come on. There we go. Come on. There's some. Can I actually get it? Not without using more hover, but I can get this one. Alright. Well, I'm not sure if I can make it with this much, but I'm pretty sure that I can. Now you're gonna see the trick that they try to get you with as I climb up here. Alright. Ready? Go. Yeah, they put a guy there who just jumps at you, and then they do it again, and you're like, okay, well, they're gonna do it the third time, and they do it the third time, and then they don't do it that last time, and you're waiting for it, and if you're not careful, that last jump is a little taller, so if you weren't careful about maintaining your hover, or if you back off too far, you end up going so far back that you fall down all the way again. And then those handy little flashing hovers are gone, and, well, what are you going to do then? Alright. Well, here's the door to Area 4, so this is where we stop for today. And I will see you all tomorrow for Area 4 of Blaster Master.